Hello and welcome to your in-depth horoscope forecast for week commencing the 13th of July. This week begins with Mercury finding its way forwards after that long retrograde. It's still in the sign of Cancer and it won't come out of shadow until the 26th of this month, so there can still be a need for us to be very precise in the way we express our emotional communication particularly, and of course anything to do with documentation, the detail that can go awry if we're distracted, so that stuff continues to be important. However, the quarter moon, which occurred at the end of last week, does provide a backdrop for the whole of this week. That was in the sign of Aries, which is very much to do with the now. It's about our need to be very much in the present, whereas the sun, of course, is in the more nurturing sign of Cancer. So they're both cardinal, so there's a bit of a battle here between the sun's primacy about wanting us to focus on how we can take careful steps to nurture, and the moon's need to act instantly. So if we are a bit rash, it could come back on us a little bit. And this is a week that does require some care because the sun is going to be going into an opposition with Jupiter, Pluto, and then in the last couple of days also Saturn. So the dust up that's been going on through the eclipse series over the last couple of years between the sign of Cancer and the sign of Capricorn all is going to be repeated once more. But of course we've also got Mars in the mix as well in the sign of Aries. Well, that doesn't come into connection with these influences quite yet. It actually forges a very neat tie with Venus. So if you're lucky enough to be able to socialize or connect at some kind of level, depending on the COVID restrictions wherever you are locally, then that can be delightful. But I do feel that the balance between making sure that we're safe and well emotionally and physically in terms of the sun in Cancer, and being more aware of our worldly interactions and protecting our interests financially coming through Capricorn is a balance we need to find. There could be some push-pull energy this week. We may encounter someone who's a bit strident, a bit forceful, a bit opinionated or dogmatic, but we also have to be conscious of our own energy too. The quarter moon in your sign, which occurred at the end of last week, Aries, suggests that you could get a bit frustrated if someone that you're interacting with closely has a different view of a situation, particularly if you're in action mode. And action mode is entirely possible with Mars back in your sign through to the 6th of January, and also forging that delicious and rather enticing a romantic link with Venus. So if there is someone you're drawn towards and someone around you is making more cautionary noises, you probably won't appreciate it. But equally, if, for example, there's a do-it-yourself project you want to dive into, I would slow things down a little bit and try to plan and think about how you're actually going to process the whole task. Now, of course, the sun does continue in the glorious sign of Cancer, a cardinal leader sign like you. But this is very much about nurture. On the other side of the heavens, we have a cluster of energy, which is all about how you interact with the world at large. Finding a rightful balance, an alignment that works for you, is going to be the challenge this week because there are big oppositions. So, for example, you could encounter a boss who seems to be particularly insensitive, or perhaps it's you that's in some kind of role of authority and someone you're involved with is not quite tuning into what their sense of duty might need to be, perhaps in the home environment. But if you can try to keep that sense of equilibrium, the good thing is that with Mercury now going forwards, the clarity of communications can improve, but I do feel that there could be some stubborn resistance or some quite powerful energies that we may have to just work our way through this week. It's been a real pleasure you being with me. If you'd like to know more and ascend above your zodiac sign, please check out my affordable range of personal horoscope reports beneath this video. You can also grab yourself a special offer of 30% off. Or if you'd like to have a one-to-one with me, please check out my testimonials. Also, you can chat with me directly on Twitter, or please join Elisa and I for our daily video astrology and tarot show. Please see the link below as well. But for now, stay safe, take care, and goodbye.